Hello Libra, welcome to the September reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node and Progressed, but really it's for anywhere that you have Libra, my love. So, straight up, meditation. Guys, you really need to slow down. You really need to meditate. You really need to give yourself some time to breathe. I feel like you guys are listening to too much, you know? Maybe you're listening to a few too many tarot readings. Maybe you're listening to a few too many podcasts. I feel like I'm getting this energy of just someone who doesn't really want to be in their own quiet, who doesn't really want to be in their own stillness. We have intuitive communication coming out, silent whispers of the heart. Are you serious? Really getting outside and meditating this month is going to change everything for you, Libra. I feel like there's a messiness I'm getting from your energy, and it's not a bad messiness. It's just that things are a little bit maybe chaotic or a little bit all over the place. It doesn't even feel like it's chaotic. It just feels like, you know, you got something half started over here, then you got something half started over there, and then you're doing one thing over here. Like, it's just a little bit it's a little bit all over the place. And I feel like that mess is calling for you to clean it up through silence, through stillness, through paying attention. Some of you guys, you know, you have bills overdue, or you have things unpaid, you just have little things that need tending to. You know, plans need to be made, structures need to be made. I'm getting, like, for some of you guys, if you're a business owner, like, you're literally needing to, like, plan out the last quarter of the year, you know? Have you been planning anything? I'm really feeling this message right now because I don't plan a single thing. As a business owner, I don't plan shit. So, you know, I'm really needing to listen to that because, to be honest, I think that Libra, we can get so consumed and so interested in everybody else that we forget about ourselves. And so we might be picking up, we might not even be realizing that our routines and that some of our ideas, some of the things that we're doing are actually reflections of other people's ideas or other people's lives or what other people want. And we're sort of just trying to make that fit in our own lives, if you know what I mean. So I feel like for some of you guys, especially if you're, like, in charge of your routine, I mean, we all are in charge of our routines, but, you know, especially when it comes to work, it feels like some of you guys might be forcing yourselves to show up in a way that you think other people in your industry should. And you're different, you know, you're needing to honor the fact that you are different. You're needing to honor the fact that you don't really have to follow anybody else's path. That's why this silent whispers of the heart is coming out, because we're looking at the blessings and the challenges that you're going to be experiencing in September. And one of the blessings is that you're extremely intuitively connected, and the quieter you get, the more you spend time in nature. This card's the same. She's next to a tree and her eyes are closed. You know, the more time spent out in nature listening, the more clarity that you're going to receive. We have sacred journey, life cycles, family, and transformation. So this month is definitely a month that is bringing up a lot of familial healing. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have even had arguments, fights. Some things came up with family members this month, or it maybe at the end of last month, beginning of this month. And it's literally giving me this energy. You guys need to listen to your channeled songs, particularly the first one. But there was literally a lyric in it, and just before I started filming, I turned it off. But the lyric just before I pressed pause was, "Don't point the finger at me. Don't you know that you're why you're suffering? You're the one. You're why you're suffering." So I'll say that again. Don't point your finger at me. You're why you're suffering. You're why you're suffering. So I feel like for some of you guys, you might have been blaming family members, or you might have been blaming, you know, society. You might have been blaming parents, you might have been blaming your friends, a situation, job, all that sort of stuff. And really this month is taking your power back by actually allowing yourself to see that your unhappiness is a result of you. It's not a result of anyone else. And of course we have our conditioning. Of course we have natural tendencies of ways of showing up in the world because of the way we grew up. But at the end of the day, when we get to this age, when we are an adult who is sovereign, making our own choices, we are able to heal, you know, we are able to show up and experience a different version of ourselves. We don't have to continuously show up as that old version of that conditioned version. If we're not wanting to show up as that, we have purification, fire, bare essentials, the naked truth, and wholeness. So getting out, like really getting outside, like the naked truth, getting outside and allowing yourself to really spend time basking in in that essence of life. Like with fire, to me, is life. It's the essence of literally living. So I feel like you guys feel reborn and renewed this month through really connecting even with your inner fire. I'm feeling like, you know, solar plexus, sacral chakra, like I just said to Virgo, this energy really wants to roar up and rumble and, like, you know, expand and live, be pushed out into the world. You guys have so much energy that I feel has been sort of stifled, and I think it comes from the way you're viewing yourself. I feel like that messiness, some of you guys feel really uncomfortable with how you want to aesthetically, and this is so Libra, you want to aesthetically on the outside look like everything's hunky-dory and have everything sort of pieced together and perfect, and it's just not that way. And I think that's a lesson in needing to let it go, needing to let the aesthetic go, needing to let the what it looks like not be so important, and it's more so about how things feel. You guys have been on a sacred journey. A lot of you guys have deep family wounds and deep family, you know, ancestral healing that needs to come up. And September is going to be a month of doing that. We have the South Node in Libra. Like I keep saying, every time I do a Libra reading, you guys are really going to be feeling a lot of activations when it comes to your past. You're really going to be having a little bit of a wake-up call. You might be having some sort of toxic habits, patterns, things popping up from the past, people from the past, experiences from the past, you know. Maybe you're even feeling inspired and like, you know, to explore things that you used to participate in the past. So the past is coming up so that you can heal it, transmute it, and then step into your future. So there are things from the past that we're needing to let go of. There are things from the past that we've still held on as a part of our identity, and now we're needing to sift through and decide, do I want this to be a part of my identity or not? This is a complete shift in the way you show up as yourself. You know, I think you're taking responsibility for where you're at. I think you're taking responsibility for the way you also communicate with others, and I feel like there's less of a blaming energy here, and there's more of a you know, a curious energy. And instead of being upset with yourself and angry at like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, or I reacted like that, or I can't believe that, you know, all these sorts of things, all these ways that we can condemn ourselves for the choices that we make in the moment. Instead, I feel like you're really going to be taking that in, listening to it, getting quiet and paying attention and reflecting on why you might have reacted in that way, reflecting on why something might have triggered you in a certain way. What was it within that made you have that certain reaction? I feel like we need to read this intuitive communication card. Okay, we have Silent Whispers of the Heart. This card confirms that you have a natural psychic ability that can be further developed and expanded, but in order to develop this innate gift, you must pay greater attention to your intuition. This can come in many forms. For example, it can be a gut feeling, an unusual or unexpected thought, or a subtle and silent whisper that seems to flow from your heart. Close your eyes and be aware of all you feel around you. The universe is alive. The earth and nature are living energies. Whether you know it or not, there is an aspect of you that is in constant communion with all of creation. You are, therefore, also in constant communion with everyone and everything. All that you need to expand this wonderful ability is within you. Start to listen to your inner voice and learn to trust your vibes and natural instincts. You are about to discover a whole new way of being. Wow. Affirmation: I focus on my inner world. I am one with all of creation. All is energetically connected. I trust my intuition. My awareness expands through love. Wow. So you're discovering a whole new way of being, because this new way of being isn't the family conditioning that you grew up with. It's not, you're purifying the toxicity of some of the ways that you were taught to be. Some of the ways you were taught to approach life, to exist in your own fucking body. This is that burning it all away. I feel like we need to read this one too. She really wants to speak. Purification fire. Bare essentials, the naked truth, wholeness. What is it that your heart truly desires? What do you perceive is missing in your life? In order to find the answers, you must look inside your heart. You already know this, but have been reluctant to look because a part of you fears what your heart is trying to tell you. The only way forward is to face your fear. Something in your life is not working out as you would have liked, and it's not going to get any better unless you have the courage to face it. Close your eyes and relax. Imagine a beautiful flame warming your heart and soul. Feel its purifying and healing light burning away your fears and doubts, healing your body and mind and clearing away all obstacles, either imagined or real. Feel your heart center as an endless space full of only love and light. Feel the peace. You are safe in this eternal space of light. Now, what is your heart saying? When it brings a tear to your eye, you will know that it is your truth. Your soul will guide you towards happiness. All you need to do is follow, trust. I listen to my heart and follow its happiness, its guidance. I deserve to be happy. I have the power to create my reality. I trust that all will work out well. My life is clear of obstacles. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely a need to deal with something that doesn't feel aligned anymore, that doesn't feel connected, that doesn't feel, it just isn't showing up the way you hoped it would. You have Destroyer at the bottom of the deck, so it feels like September is a month of maybe needing to destroy, let go of what it is that actually isn't working. It's not meaning that you need to maybe start everything all over again. It's not meaning that you need to maybe scrap something entirely and, like, you know, go start something brand new. But it is saying that there's a shift in something. There's a shift that needs to be made. I feel like for some of you guys, I thought this was a storyteller. So I was going to say, like, for some of you guys, I feel like you guys need to be more open to telling your story, more open to connecting with your story, more open to sharing. We have Scribe, light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So the thing is, it's giving me the energy of needing to be really, really in your own energy. And that's like what I said with this South Node Libra. It can be bringing up some of the tendencies that you already have to be over the top people pleaser, to be over the top invested in other people, over the top giving, over the top making everything about everyone else and not yourself, over the top listening to everybody's perceptions and opinions, you know. We have the femme fatale and the angel archetype coming out for you. The femme fatale light attributes is highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. The shadow attributes is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. So really, this is about connecting with your essence, with your sensual essence. For a lot of you guys, whether you're a man, woman, masculine, feminine, blah blah blah, whatever, you are connecting with your feminine, with the divine feminine, with the energy within you that opens your heart to the beauty and bliss of life, that opens your heart to pleasure. I feel like you guys have lost your connection with pleasure. It feels like you guys have been sort of maybe going at things like a bit of a grind. Like, even if you're, you know, running your own business that you really enjoy, it kind of feels like you might have turned that into a little bit of a grind. You might have turned it into something that needs to be like, you know, I need to work 8 till 3 every single day, and I have to, like, you know, and it's trying to make it like so perfect in the eyes of, like, who? The eyes of society, because society tells you that you need to work 9 to 5 and you have to work in between these specific hours. No, this is you really finding sovereignty within your own decisions. Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. The shadow attribute is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So this is really having to be in your own integrity, really connecting with your own guides. This intuitive communication, like that card said, you guys have some really powerful intuitive capabilities and abilities. At the moment we have the Sun and we have Mercury retrograding in Libra's 12th house. So Libra is having a little bit of a mental clear out with this Four of Swords, especially. It's a healing moment. It's an opportunity to maybe take stock. It's an opportunity to slow down and to recuperate, to clean up that mess that we were talking about before, getting in touch with what feels desirable. I'm really feeling like your sensuality is really the key, look, to your success, because then we have the Six of Wands and we have the Lovers underneath that. So your happiness, your joy, your radiance, your abundance, your bliss, your blessings, your success, all these things, that lies within your passion. It lies within you being so deeply connected with you. I'm seeing this as your masculine and your feminine, not two people. It's you and it's you. It's you and you. That's all it ever is, you know? Even though we have all these family members and we have all these connections to all these people and all this stuff, at the end of the day, and, like, you know, all of humanity is connected, at the end of the day, you live inside your body with only yourself. You're not living inside this body with another person. You know, you're not that Peter Griffin, you're not that Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin has himself growing out of his shoulder. That's not you, you know? We don't live like that. So this Lovers, this Four of Swords, it's kind of saying, this femme fatale as well, getting inside the body, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. erotic. What does that word make you feel? How does that word make you feel? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Does it make you feel taboo? Does it make you feel queasy, uneasy? Ooh. Does it make you feel like you just want to slam the door and run away? You know, does it make you feel, how does it make you feel? Because that word has really been tainted. And the word erotic pretty much literally just means inspired, passionate. Life is moving through this. You know, turned on by experience, turned on by the fact of literally existing as a human being on this planet. And you know, it doesn't have to be sexual. That's the problem. We think all these words are sexual when really there has been a complete war on our sexuality, a complete war on our sensuality, both men and women. And you know, the thing is now, it's primarily, it was always happening to women in the past, and now it's happening to men. So, you know, we're really needing to take our power back when it comes to our sovereignty, when it comes to our own physical bodies. This sacred journey, you know, how many ancestors have suffered? How many ancestors have had their bodies, like, the word I'm hearing is pillaged. How many ancestors have had their rights taken away, have had their spirits crushed? How many ancestors weren't able to speak up the way you can now? I'm getting goosebumps as I speak this, because you being inside your own physical body, you being within yourself, you are liberating ancestors that had no fucking choice, that had no ability like you did. That's what this sacred journey is. And this femme fatale. Getting inside your feminine energy, whether you're a man, woman, both, don't know, don't care. But it's that feminine flow, you know, the feminine flow that makes you feel juicy, you know, that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel delicious. We've lost our in touchness with the beauty and the bliss, and especially for my women out there, like, you know, we've lost touch with our radiance. We've lost touch with our feminine essence, with the beauty of our bodies, no matter what they look like. We've been taught that only one version of a woman looks good, and that's a skinny, young, fit, tight body with a big ass, no waist, and big boobs. That's essentially what we've been told is how women should look, and if we look anything other than that, it's not good enough, you know? And honestly, that is the most toxic fucking shit. We need to protect ourselves against that with this Ganesha. Clearing away obstacles, protection and guidance. We need to protect ourselves from a society that truly believes that. Liberate ourselves, you know, set ourselves free. It says breaking free from a negative attachment. Negative attachments to seeing ourselves as not worthy. Negative attachments to seeing ourselves as half as beautiful as we actually are. You know, I'm even gonna use an example, like even now, getting on this reading, I'm like, I've been judging myself so much because I can't be bothered to put on makeup. I'm wearing just a crappy old shirt. I feel, because I'm now 28 years old, that I'm becoming, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in other readings, but I've been talking a lot about this to like just elder women in my life and just random stuff and just people and friends and stuff, and I'm just really seeing how, now that I'm nearly 30, how society has conditioned me to really fear aging, to really fear getting older. The fact that my chest looks like slightly older than when I was fucking 22 is a huge deal for me, and I'm seeing myself reacting in fear. I'm seeing myself reacting in like feeling like I'm becoming less worthy because I'm not as beautiful as I was 10 fucking years ago. That is so toxic, guys. That is so toxic. And it's not just women, it's men as well. All of us. We all have been taught that we're not good enough if we don't look a certain way, you know? And so if we don't have a certain skin color, if we don't have a certain demographic of where we live or money, you know, things like that, we have so many conditions in our society that tell us that we're not worthy. And so this month, really for you guys, Libra, it's about deciding that you are worthy. It's about liberating yourself from that, because that's your biggest blessing, is setting yourself free and purifying yourself. Bare Essentials, the naked truth and wholeness. The naked truth is that you are so fucking perfect and radiant exactly as you are, and that your body is a wonderland and it's a gift and it deserves pleasure and you deserve to explore it. You deserve to be in it. She's literally sitting here sniffing roses. You know, using your senses this month. The senses, smell, touch, taste, sound. All of it. Sight. Using it all to really bring yourself back into harmony with yourself, to liberate yourself, to liberate your soul. Your spirit is craving sensuality. That's what it feels like. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. And we have the Fool with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. And you know this. you have been knowing for months, I feel like it's months, things have been feeling a little maybe stagnant, things haven't been moving quite as quickly as you'd like them to. You've been knowing for months that you need a change, that you need this shift. This Fool is coming out because this is the month, September is the month where you finally actually do begin to relate to yourself differently. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be physically approaching yourself in a different way. So some of you guys might be getting into massage, self-massage, maybe beauty products or like just beautifying yourself. And I don't mean even putting on makeup, doesn't even matter, but like maybe you want to do your hair, maybe you want to start exploring different ways of doing your makeup, because there's nothing wrong with that as well. You know, it's all just about how you're showing up with love towards yourself. And I feel like this month with this High Priestess and this King of Cups, you've been holding this well of inner love and inner magic just within you for so long, and it's time for you to connect with it. It's time for you to bring it out. I feel like there's just so much mystery surrounding you at the moment. People are sort of like unsure, because I feel like they can tell, they can feel, and they can sense that you're in this process of like transformation. I feel like the message that you guys had last month was that you're like a caterpillar still inside the cocoon, ready to break out, you know, just about to start breaking out. And this, I'm feeling like this is that moment, you know, this month is this time where your wings are starting to finally come out of the shell with this Fool, because you're starting to do things differently. I don't think that you guys this month are following the same patterns that you were. It's like having a totally different approach to whatever it is you're doing. And for a lot of you guys, it's approaching your actual physical self differently. It's meditating, maybe you used to meditate just sitting there on the floor, you know, and now meditating looks more like going for a walk out in nature, or meditating looks like actually going out and putting your hand on the trees and placing your hand on the trees, you know. Meditation looking and feeling different. But basically, it doesn't matter what it looks like, it doesn't matter how it feels. I mean, what you're actually physically doing, but it does matter how it feels. It matters how it's connecting with you. So if you can find a way that actually truly connects with you, and for a lot of you guys, you know, burning rituals, it might be even candle gazing with this purification fire. Just doing things that really helps you focus. And because I said, like at the beginning of this reading, how there's too much noise, there's too much energy going on, that is one of the challenges for you for sure. It's just that there's too much energy, it's too loud. And so by getting actually into your physical body this month, you quiet the noise, you allow yourself to listen, you allow yourself to move through suffering. And I feel like you just start seeing yourself so much more beautiful than you are. We have the Two of Wands, than you are, as you have believed that you were in the past. Two of Wands with the Eight of Cups. So there's definitely things that you need to walk away from. But this Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups, I feel like you guys are in this energy of like needing to like see the future, see potential, see possibility. You're working with two different versions of yourself. I feel like one version of yourself is really like optimistic and really thinks that you know, confident and radiant, and there's another version of yourself that is a little bit more like pessimistic and just like doesn't really believe in yourself, has a lot more self-doubt. So it's like kind of trying to balance between both of those. This Eight of Cups is definitely saying that there is definitely an energy of release coming through in the month of September, a release of what hasn't actually been fulfilling to your soul anymore. Let's have a look at that. We have Death in reverse, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Two of Pentacles with the Hermit. So, you know, the Hermit is saying this month is helping you to get clear. It might be a little bit of a challenge. It's definitely a challenge for you to meditate, I think, at the moment. That's why maybe meditating might become a little easier this month if you're maybe doing like a dance meditation. Maybe you're hula hooping and that's part of your meditation, you know. I'm feeling like there needs to be a shift up in how it is that you're relating to yourself, how it is that you're connecting with yourself, because I feel like there's been like a wall up between you and you. This Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups is definitely saying that there is a shift in like I'm hearing shift in sadness. So I feel like some of you guys have like a little bit of a deep-rooted sadness, and I think that it might come ancestrally, but there's like a deep-rooted sadness that you've been holding on to for quite a long time. And I feel like September's the month where things start to move. It's like the energy is starting to get back in motion. I feel like you guys are just allowing what has died and what has, you know, needs to go to actually fade away and to actually to be you know, released. We have two cards with a compass on them, so you guys are very much being guided this month to move in a new direction. And it doesn't have to be entirely new, like you don't have to create a whole new business or whatever it is, or whole new thing. you know, create a whole new relationship or anything like that. It's mostly just creating a new way of relating to it, a new way of connecting with it, a new way of going about it, a new way of sharing, a new way of communicating. This angel, you know, helping those in need with no expectation of reward. So it's about expectations. You guys might have been in a little bit of a lackful energy with this Five of Cups, feeling like you've lost things in the past, and that kind of leads you to feeling like you might need return, you know, maybe wanting to doing things, and then even if you're not consciously thinking this, but like doing things and then subconsciously in the back of your mind thinking, okay, well, like if I do this, then this person might do this, or, you know, just expecting some sort of return. I feel like your expectations need to be released at the moment. Attachment to expectations in general needs to go, because your expectations are what's kind of keeping you feeling stuck, because when your expectations are not met, you're feeling like you're not good enough. You're not feeling like you're worthy. You're feeling essentially like a sack of shit. I feel like there's a sense of shame that comes up, and that's why this feminine energy is really coming up, because you're needing to deal with inner shame. You're needing to deal with the way you feel about your physical body first and foremost, and to connect with that and love that, and to really just honor, I think, your essence and your desires and your creativity. Because I feel like you've been trying to follow all that, you've been trying to honor all that, but you've been doing it from a little bit of maybe like a masculine perspective of just like, I'm just trying to like make it happen, because once I receive the success, that's when I'm going to feel that. No, you have to create it within yourself first. That's why the Strength card is out here with the Six of Swords, because you have to have the strength to walk away from what's not working. You have to have the strength to walk away from what feels wrong, what feels uncomfortable, from what just doesn't seem to be clicking. And especially having the strength to walk away from toxic thoughts and thoughts that are sort of like, you know, they might, even ideas like, or people in general who maybe sound like they have like a good idea, or they have like a good, you know, I'm getting like all talk, you know, that energy of like people who like to talk about things and make things sound really good, but then at the end of the day, like they never actually go through with it, or when it actually happens, it's like half of what they said it was going to be. Like, it's just not the same. It's giving me that energy of someone who just like needs to really connect with their own inner compass and inner strength, and to like say no, because sometimes I feel like you guys might be dealing with people who are a little bit flaky, or you have a flaky tendency within yourself, and so it's needing to like stick to your word, stick to yourself, stick to your own I'm hearing honor, like stick to what makes you feel completely connected to the truest path of you. What I feel like this is also needing to like visualize how you would like your life to truly live if you were living your highest truth and alignment, because there's a disconnection, I think, from that. The Six of Pentacles and this Ace of Pentacles, look, and then we have an Empress under that. So you guys are really searching for a lot of self-worth. This month is the month of falling in love with you again and learning to love yourself. I feel like the more you honor yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you plant seeds that are really truly bringing you joy, and like the more you create. I feel like a lot of you guys, it's like simply just creating for the sake of creating, maybe not even needing to create to receive blessings or expecting something in return. It's literally just creating for the sake of creation is really going to help you reconnect with this feminine, this divine feminine essence and energy within you that really helps you to feel really, I think, at peace and in love with yourself again, and really just like in this energy of no longer suffering, you know. I feel like I've said this in a reading not long ago too, like suffering, the root of it, suffering is attachment. So if you're attached to expectations, if you're attached to believing that you need to have some certain level of success in order to be, at the end of the day, the only person who defines how it is that you feel in your life is you. How you have more control and you allow yourself to believe sometimes. So, you know, keep pushing, keep doing the thing. It's time to set yourself free, and you can set yourself free by really falling in love with your feminine energy. Because a lot of you are going to be women watching this reading, I definitely want to say massage, taking care of your womb, and just taking care of your physical body, your womanly essence. I think I said this in a reading not long ago anyway, it's coming up a lot, but really taking care of your feminine essence is really going to help you, your reproductive system, you know, loving on your yoni, loving on all that sort of stuff. Just, you know, it's really going to help you find clarity. Even if you're a man, you know, doing the same thing but with your male essence, you know, loving on that. We've been taught societally to really, really be disconnected from our actual physical vessels and our actual physical source, and literally the source of life, its fucking self. So this is a reclamation this month, Libra. Reclaim your essence, reclaim your sensuality, reclaim your intuitive connection, reclaim your trust with yourself and with your gut, and own your shit, and own where it is that maybe you need to make certain changes and let certain things go because you're holding on to methods and ways of approaching things that just are not serving you, and that they were other people's ideas in the first place. So it's time to really listen to yourself, listen to the whisper of your own heart instead of listening to everybody else. You have the strength and you have the courage and you have the bravery to find that inner magic within you. You are, strength and the Empress is giving me divine feminine, divine masculine energy, because divine masculine is the stag. And so we have this beautiful bird here. What kind of bird is it? I don't actually know. But there's just so much beauty here, and there's so much potential. If you can align these different two sides of yourself, then you will just feel so complete, you know? Feminine and masculine balances. And you know, Libra, this makes so much sense because you are the sign of balance. So your karmic path in life, you would not have incarnated with a Libra placement if you did not want to seek and balance and harmony in some sort of area, wherever that lands within your chart, okay? So I love you so, so, so much, Libra. I'm going to leave this reading here. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps to spread these videos to more beautiful Libra souls. If you would like to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that down below through the link to my website. I have live readings, I have pre-recorded readings, little ebooks, audio recordings, all sorts of fun little things that are plenty affordable. I'd like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments for allowing me to receive and to deliver this message for you. Make sure you check out your channel's songs, Libra, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace.